Hey Slider Crusaders, so you've all seen this video of the 18-year-old mentally challenged man bound, gagged, tortured by these four fine citizens. Now the obvious analysis is that if the races of the victim and perpetrators were switched, then this would be treated very differently in the newspapers. It would be a sign of our racist Klan country caused by Donald Trump. But because the races of everyone involved are inconvenient to that narrative, you get things like the AP writing a story and completely leaving race out of it entirely. You get that, though. We're going to go beyond that analysis. I want to play this clip of Don Lemon on CNN.
You just try to wrap your head around evil. That's what this is. It's evil. It's brutality. It's man's inhumanity to man. And
I don't think it's evil. I don't think it's evil. I think these are young people, and I think they have bad home training.
So this is a bit disturbing. Why would Don Lemon even feel the need to contest the claim that this is evil? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would he even feel the need to jump in at all and challenge that statement? No, it's not evil. What is in his heart that he would even feel the need to do that? He says it's bad home training. And you're like, yes. Yes, and I guarantee you, none of these people had a father in the home. None of them had a stable family life. That's definitely true, Don. But it's also evil. The bad home training doesn't wipe clean the evilness of torturing someone and laughing about it throughout it. But again, why would Don Lemon even question the evilness of this? It's more than political allegiance. It's more than his race. It's his progressive ideology that says there is no such thing as objective truth. There is no such thing as right and wrong. It's all relative. And because I believe that, aren't I tolerant? Progressives feel uncomfortable labeling anything as evil because that requires judging, which we've been told is wrong. It also requires an objective moral code, and they feel that they are far too enlightened for that type of backwards thinking. Changing topics a little bit, but here's another example of this. There's a video of a woman walking around Columbia University, Ivy League University in New York City, asking students if they think female genital mutilation, which goes on in Africa and Middle Eastern countries mostly, should be allowed here in America, and should Planned Parenthood pay for it? Listen to the answers of these Ivy League students.
So would you support Planned Parenthood funding for clitoridectomies?
For clitoridectomies, that's the same thing. That's
female circumcision.
Of course, yeah.
I believe it's up to it's up to whoever wants to actually perform that, but I definitely think it's up to that singular person.
I mean, who am I to say no to what somebody wants to do? In that sense, it's their body, right?
Would you support Planned Parenthood funding for female circumcision?
Yeah. I mean, if it's like what the family wants.
So would you support Planned Parenthood funding for female circumcision?
I would, yeah, absolutely.
Now notice no one makes any real argument. No one says, yes, it should be allowed, and here's why. Here's why genital mutilation is a good thing. All the answers are, sure. Who am I to say? I can't judge. It's their choice. Yeah, little girls getting their genitals cut off, their choice. Who am I to say? I'll tell you exactly who you are to say. You are an adult with a soul and a conscience and a moral compass written on your heart. You also have a brain that can decipher right from wrong as well. And I suggest you use your heart and soul and brain and don't take the cowardly way out of, oh, who am I to say? For some reason, people feel that that's the enlightened thing to say. It's not. It's the cowardly thing. Final thought here. I pray that I never become so jaded to evil or that I become so affiliated with a political team that I become blind to what's so obvious in front of me. Example, 1929, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago, Prohibition. Gangsters killed some other gangsters. This murder shocked the nation. It became legend. It was put in the World Book Encyclopedia twice, 2 entries, and the country, they just couldn't take it anymore. And they made another constitutional amendment ending prohibition once and for all. How many people were killed in the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? 7. 7 people. 60 people were shot in Chicago over Christmas weekend. Judge Edwin Torres said many years ago, a society that loses its sense of outrage is doomed to extinction. The crime level today has been normalized. We've been desensitized. When 4 people bound and gag someone and torture them and laugh about it and videotape it, this should not be normalized. But neither should 60 shootings in a weekend in Chicago. But it all has. That's a big problem. So we have 2 forces at work here. We have progressives who, if they're older, they're unwilling to. If they're younger progressives, then they're unable. But either way, they're unwilling or unable to call evil what it is. And then we have a society that can't even see evil when it's in front of them because we're all so desensitized to it. Bottom line, remember this. There is such thing as objective truth. Never get tricked into thinking there isn't.